Everybody, good morning, good morning, good morning. Let's see. I got Eric, Infinity, Don, Ed, Larry, Gayton, Philip, AT, Amy, Rex, Rosalind, Alan, Murrow, Valerie, Leah, Imuku, Rob, Helen, Goose. Good to see you as always. And Wade, Brian, Dan. I had a pop up there for a second. Sorry about that. Dave, Ryan, Gary, Ted, Craig, JB, General Rush. Good to see you, sir. Kevin, Francois, David, David, Dan, excuse me, Ivan, Jeremy, Cliff, Jan, Nikki. Good to see everybody. If you want to be, say hey, good morning, ask me questions, whatever it is, click the link over here on the corner, right down here, the logo. Click it, be a subscriber on the channel. A few seconds later, you can chat with all of these fine, awesome subscribers and me right here. And guess what? We've got some bank earnings happening here. And let me pull up a chart. We can talk about it. Oh, let's see, hit the right button. There we go. Goldman Sachs coming in this morning, right there. Looks like we're beating on the top, beating on the bottom, and getting a minor little pop, couple bucks. This looks like we're gonna keep breathing the thin air up here for the foreseeable future. I don't know how high we can go. Oh, wrong thing I meant to pop up there. Wrong window, wrong place. Anyway, yeah. How high does she go? That's the big question. That is the big question indeed. For me, we can just keep grinding at it, but eventually we're gonna run out of steam and we're gonna get a correction, and the participation rate is just so small. And we've got Goldman Sachs, BlackRock, Guarantee, First Bank coming in after the close. We got what is that? I don't even know. SFBS there. We got Bank of America tomorrow. Got United Healthcare, United Health Group, whatever. Got Interactive Brokers. So we've got the rest of the banks kind of wrapping up here pretty quickly. Got them kind of sprinkled in all week, looks like. But we're going to get some big tech coming in pretty quickly. So that money every quarter rotates kind of into financials. Then we see it start rotating back out of financials and into some other stuff. So we see some profit taking as the banks report earnings. We've got some interesting ones on here. ASML. We've got Netflix on here. Some big tech right there. We've got some Domino's on here. That consumer's been weak. Restaurants not been reporting the best stuff here. Got some DR Horton, some housing on here. Got lots of banks all over. First Horizon, that was like a Knoxville original bank, I think. And it used to be First Tennessee Bank. Before that, it was like Valley Bank. Anyway, like Tennessee Valley. Anyway, should be an interesting one. And we can look at BlackRock here and be okay. And getting a little sparky there on the beating on the top, missing on the bottom. That's unusual there for BlackRock. But they've been kind of toppy for a while. Hadn't really been going anywhere. Interestingly enough, and that's BlackRock, all the iShares things, like Bitcoin spot ETFs and stuff like that we've been talking about lately. So anything iShares is BlackRock. So, anyway. Moving on. What do I think about earnings? Not a lot. I mean, we've got, BAC coming up tomorrow. Put my mouse back on the right screen. BAC coming up tomorrow. They're kind of riding with it. MS. We got that one coming up later on the 16th. So tomorrow. Let's see. Citigroup. A little bit of volatility there. Reported on Friday. Yeah, so not really major surprises, it looks like. We're still coming up into resistance on a lot of these. And you can take us higher, I guess, if we can break on out. But before we talk about all that, all trading involves a substantial risk of loss. Past performance not necessarily indicative of future results. This presentation intended to be informational, educational, fun, and entertaining. It is not a recommendation to buy or sell anything. All right, no stuff from me, no stuff from gurus, no stuff from don't buy stocks, don't buy options, don't buy forex, don't buy futures, don't buy cryptos, don't buy bonds, don't buy treasuries, don't long them, don't short them, don't trade them. If you desire personal financial advice, you need to hire and consult a financial advisor, which is not me, and make sure you trust them. For gosh sakes, nobody's watching out for like. If you think you can just hire a financial advisor, they're gonna keep y'all safe and make you a bunch of money. I got other news for you. I mean, maybe you want to buy some of this. Buy one of these bridges I've got out there in the Atlantic Ocean. I mean, come on. Maybe you saw this bridge to nowhere in Alaska. We could buy that one. Anyway, right here. Tomorrow, dun 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 dun. Got retail sales coming in right there. 8:30. That's Eastern time. Eastern time. Me and the market, we work on Eastern time, so that's tomorrow. Right there. Watch out. That can be some market moving stuff. Retail sales. We've seen restaurants being kind of weak, guiding lower. DPZ coming in later in the week there on Thursday morning for the open. Things are, I don't know. The consumer appears to be weak. All right. I see Unusual Whales this morning was tweeting, putting on X, tweeting, whatever you call it these days, posting. They posed the question, are we in a bubble? And some financial advisors, there you go, some financial advisors were responding. They were like, no, the macro economy is extremely strong, and we're going to have a declining rates environment, which can support much higher prices. And it's like, the fudge are you smoking? Like, this is, we seem to have very low participation. Although the participation rate did kind of spin around. So this makes me nervous on DPZ for later in the week here. Like we've pulled down, we've touched the roadmap line. If we come up, hold at this 618, we can definitely rotate on down. So this is the level to watch right in here. Right here on DPZ. And I do have a short on a long-term short. It's at 514 is the area to watch on the upside. And down, down, down. And people are like, well, how far down? Well, JT's got a projection that takes us on down into the 200 area, possibly. And maybe that's a crazy target, but and maybe not. Down here around 250, 200. Wouldn't surprise me, not one bit. And it could take a while. It could definitely take a while. So this could be all the way out into 26. And it could go even lower. I mean, we could be talking about way down here. 80? Yeah, that could happen. Be careful. Definitely be careful. So looking at the participation stuff. Yeah, this is interesting because we shot up on Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Shot up. Still holding that lower trend line. Never did touch the bottom. That's a 3-wave move. I don't know. That was 3 down and 3 up. Like that makes it definitely questionable. Now, this is not like a very good chartable thing because it's just oscillates between the 20 line and the 80 line over and over and over. We didn't hit the 20. We've hit the 80 a couple times. Probably going to go hit the 20. That's just how the market oscillator works right here. And S5TH, stocks above the 200-day moving average on the S&P. Well, another lower high. Now, for those of you new here, haven't seen this before, check it out over here. We topped out in April of 21. You may be like, oh, I don't even remember that. Yeah, we topped out April 21. Then as the market ground higher and higher and higher and higher, we made the ultimate high right here in 20, right in like the 5th day of 22. And then we went on a large correction down to October. And we made a bottom right when this made a bottom. So this topped out way before. April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December, January, like 9 months before the market topped out. Could have this same situation going again, where this topped out right here, although much lower than where we topped out over here. This was back in March again, so could be December before we make a top and roll on up. I mean, it's almost like deja vu. Almost like deja vu. And then if you look back, right here, we did a similar thing. Dun, 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 made a high here, made a lower high as the market made a higher high, and then we plummeted into the abyss. If we make a higher high, watch out right there. Watch out, watch out, watch out. There's so many similarities to this and what we've got going on right now. Stocks above the 20-day. Look at that. We popped up again. Oscillator's working. Back to the bottom, back to the top. Poking out the top. This won't go much above 90 if it does. And then watch out because we're going to get a flash back down to the bottom. This one goes fast. This is stocks above their 20-day moving average. And this one oscillates a lot and it goes really fast. So be careful out there. As far as ES goes, just grinding the top, grinding. We may spike to 6,000. I mean, it's entirely possible. Entirely possible. Inside day. I don't know. We got a big bearish engulfing on NQ, NASDAQ, right here. You may not be familiar with ES. That's the futures for S&P 500. They've been trading since 6 p.m. yesterday, Eastern time. NQ here, we had a giant bearish engulfing. Took back 1, 2, 3, almost 4 candles. And we tried for continuation on Friday. We didn't get it. That rejection of continuation, continuation lower usually means continuation higher, back in the trend. So how much higher can we go? How low can we go? How high can we go? That high, that low. Looks like 21,000, 21,150, possibly 21,300 are going to be the next upside target area. So somewhere right in here would be the next extension, I would expect, possibly all the way up to 22,000 on NASDAQ. You'd be like, oh, how the fudge do you trade that, JT? Well, NQ1 exclamation point divided by 41 right here basically gets you the QQQ price, 502. And if we go look at QQQ, pretty close. Not to the dollar, but pretty dang close. Within $6. Not too shabby. And then there's the market open, looks like. Right there. And we're off. Total races. Oh man, look at that. We're gonna bam it and jam it higher. If we can break out. Cruising on up here. There's a sell on X. Cha-ching, right to the target. IWM. Cha-ching, right to the target. Craziness. Crazy. Nothing but crazy. So Russell on the bigger time frame here. Go look at the Russell futures. This is almost right up to the target area on the extension. Hey, that's what we thought we were gonna do on the daily. IWM right here. Apollo kind of predicted this baby. When you look at it, it went long here. There it is, right to the target. Just got out. Boom, right there. Man, my day trade strategy is going nuts this morning. All right. CL oil consolidating under support. Above support, under resistance, consolidating. If we break out above that high, probably coming pretty quickly up to the 90 area. If we break down, we're probably going to go test the roadmap line right here. If we get below that, well, probably coming down here. That could happen pretty quickly too. So there's support. Watch out for that. Support right in there at the roadmap line. Here's resistance here. We get above that, probably going up there. It's the long and the short of it right there. Be careful. And GC, and if you wonder how the devil you trade oil, it's like USO, UCO, SCO, all those oil ETFs right there. That'd be the easiest way. Or you can just go trade MCL, micro futures, or CL futures if that's how you want to play. GC, look at this baby. Really, really struggling. Trying to break out. Friday rejected, going back lower. That's positive. It's positive for this. What's this? This right here. Going up to the target. Right up there. 25.50. 25.50. 25.34. And that'd be my really official target. But and if we're gonna go bullish, if we go full bull on this baby, we're gonna get up to 25.90, possibly 2600. Maybe do a little consolidation and go even higher. DPST. I don't even remember why I had that target on there. Oh, look at this. Look at this. Potential breakout. Take that one much higher right there. Beautiful. Longer term setup. Maybe last into the fall, into the winter. Potential right there for a move up to this 120 area. That's pretty strong right there. Pretty strong. That's 3x bulls on bank right there. But we're not above that 618 yet. So close, but no cigar. Put me another alert there. We might bam it and jam it here in the next few minutes. Now, it takes a daily close to activate that. So need the daily close today above that to activate that entry. Not just jump on it right at the moment. Be careful. And that actually is down there. Slightly lower low. So watch out for that to pop above. AMA. Let's go back to the list up here. Bitcoin, look at that. Starting to move. Got to get above. Get above that prior high right there. Got to get above that downtrend line. Oh, come on. We're so close. Let's get a move on. This could be, that's a dangerous strategy right there. Don't mess with that one. And ETH. We could get those spot ETFs approved today, possibly. We've got, I think, 3 out of the 7 or 3 out of the 8 S1s have been revised and resubmitted. They're waiting for the other 5. If they can all get submitted, they'll probably approve them all at the same time. Get the spot ETF, and then that'll probably be the catalyst. That'll be the reason that Ethereum and Bitcoin go higher. Right there. And if you're somebody that believes in reasons for all the things in the market happening, most of it's the chart making the reasons happen. It's as far as I'm concerned. And it's like that scene in The Matrix, where the kid's sitting there with the spoon. He's like, first you have to realize there is no spoon. First you have to realize there are no reasons. We as humans do this stuff subconsciously. So dollar has broken below the roadmap line firmly. We've got that prior low holding up. As long as we hold above it, it's probably going higher. We do have a little support right there, but this tips the odds. We're going to go cruising down to the mid-90s, probably all the way down here on the dollar. Watch out. That may be a rare failure on the Apollo for the dollar. MSTR making the big bangers list. And I was warning that was a measured bounce. This can take us right up here, 2,500 on MSTR. SMCI. Interesting. So we're stuck below this resistance. If we can get above that resistance zone, all these prior highs right here, we can go cruising on up. 1360, maybe 1300 be a more conservative target on that. And if we break down below the roadmap line, probably going cruising down here, retest this consolidation that we did practically all of last year, or all the second half of last year. DJT popping on the news of the weekend, and probably take that right back. I'm willing to bet that's a kind of a nasty, gnarly pattern there cooking on DJT. The warrants. Wow, look at that. The warrants really going crazy. Definitely responding more. That's a much more bullish potential chart right there. Getting some leverage on the warrants, I guess. Man. Still not doing anything, but you might expect that to go hit 38 on the warrants. On the actual stock, it looks like it's going to come down here. Break down below. Watch out. That's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That could be the top. And we could get the extension down to 15. ASML keeps being crazy. Just consolidating. It's just chopping in that top range there. We're either going to pop up here and go up to almost 1200, or we're going to break down below this breakout. You know, that high, these highs here. Break down below that support right there. Draw it on here. Just remove this one. Break down, come back down to the roadmap line, back down around 920. That'd be pretty wicked. I mean, it's like 10%, not too crazy. 20, 15%. Anyway, Lilly, look at that. Man, I read a Wired article about these. Sledge, if you're here, man, those compounding pharmacies being able to mooch off of the however you say it, so glummatide, GLP-1 drugs. So Lilly and NVO can't produce enough GLP-1 stuff to satisfy the market. So compounding pharmacies are getting in on this action. So you may start seeing ads. I hadn't even noticed them. They're coming in the same place you see all those erection dysfunction ads, like Hims, and there's like 8 different companies right now that are compounding pharmacies that have a license from the FDA. They can produce this, essentially copycat semaglutide, whatever, and but it hasn't been through any kind of quality control. So we're talking about this right here. So these guys, I mean, in the Wired article, they were saying that they bought from Hims without even, they just went and did like an online questionnaire and they sent them a vial of injectables. Like, that's pretty crazy. Didn't even have to see a doctor, didn't even have to get a prescription. They just filled out an online form and they sent it to them. And that's pretty wild. I mean, how long before that's a problem? So Hims may be Hims could do this if they turn out to hurt somebody or the rules change or something like that. So that's definitely on my radar now as part of the bigger ongoing narrative here around GLP-1 drugs. I mean, I didn't even know about that stuff, Sledge. You should have said something. Those compounding pharmacies, man. I'm going to look into more of them because there may be more opportunity both on the upside and the downside as that develops. But that's pretty crazy. They don't have any kind of oversight. They don't have any they can just compound it and sell it. And they're even making pill form, which nobody's even done any research on pill form. So that's pretty crazy. They're just making stuff up. Like that it gets even crazier, Major John. That they're just making new versions of it that haven't even been tested or proved or anything. Like they're making a pill form of GLP-1s, and that hadn't even like been tested at all. I mean, I don't know. That sounds super dangerous. Super dangerous. Coin getting a pop. I really wanted to see this hit the roadmap line. Really, really. But maybe because all the excitement, as Goose says, when people are really excited about something, we come up short of the target on the bottom. So, FNGU. This one's interesting. This is a leveraged ETN, exchange traded note, to January 2038 on the FANG sector, 3x leverage. We came back, retested that fib line there. This is classic fib ping pong. We may be heading up to 637 on that one. The next one up. And yeah, I know they're still regulated. That's not what I'm saying, but they can just produce compounds that haven't been tested, which is, it blows my mind a little bit that they're marketing the crap out of this. So the Wired article, if you go read it, and it's Wired magazine, wired.com. If you go read it, they ordered from like 7 different ones and got injectables from all 7 of those. And they weren't even sure what they were going to do. Like, they just have them in the fridge. Like, for now, I'm just going to leave them in the fridge because I'm not even sure. He completely lied about being overweight. He fudged his BMI on all it was like, just fill out an online form. He had to meet with like one, he He'd had to do one video call with one of the 7, but otherwise they just sent it to him, and it was like, I don't know, $100 or something like that. That's funny. That's funny. YouTube listens. I mean, the AI probably picked that right up. I'm like, hey, he's talking about that. Anyway, GLP-1 drugs. So UNH possibly going to rally up to 564, which is still in the resistance zone. Watch out. This is very, very sideways corrective. Could be done here, but it could finally be breaking out of this. That was a nice move up and a retrace right here. Very sloppy, but it's not very clear. Would I trade it? I'm not so sure. This could be a measured bounce, which could take us on up to the 620 area, possibly. It's not very clear. This is the biggest component of, oops, Dow Jones, UNH, YM1. If you wonder what the Dow futures, why don't I look at these? Because I don't know, it's so manipulated. Look at that, 40,000. You kidding me? Went from 30,000 to 40,000. What the heck moved that far? Nothing. So you can say Dow is super strong, but that also looks like we're on a finishing move for Dow. Could possibly do a little blow off top here. Using my powers of charting, we may see a pop into this 43 to 45,000 zone right here on YM, and then roll. Watch out for that. That could be the finishing move. That could be indicative of what's going to happen. And if you wonder how to trade it, Dia. I always want to say Dia de los Muertos when I pull up this chart. So what kind of move on that one? That move popped off of there. And so we're looking at 537, 545, 5. No, 437, 454. My touch of dyslexia coming in there. Occasionally I make numbers jump around on the screen. Tesla. Dun, 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 dun. Man, look at that. We back tested that trend line very quickly. Holy schmogly. Holy guacamole. Look at, we popped up, retested, held, moving up. That's bullish. We may actually get a bullish reaction out of earnings. We'll see where we get to. We still got a few days. So 2 weeks before we get there. Be careful. I wouldn't bet on, well, I guess it's 1 week. This week and next, right there, 23rd. So 2 Tuesdays is what I was thinking. CSX firing off to the target. Beautiful. Humana. Back to the daily chart. Breaking through the roadmap line. This can turn into something positive, but right now off this low, there's no retrace to speak of. Be careful. It's got lots of gaps over here. It's gappy, resistance-y price action over here. Be careful betting too much on that one until we get some proof. We're going to go get some continuation higher. Healthcare has been pretty beaten down between Humana and UNH and Cigna. NVDX might retrace. Speaking of Cigna, right there. That's pretty beat down. Back to the roadmap line. If we can get the breakout about 347, we could go up to 372, 378. ARC B. Watch out for that. Dropping more. But that's Bitcoin ETF. So could Bitcoin go down? Yeah, when you look at it on a simplified chart like this, that looks pretty ugly. So when you don't have the full picture of Bitcoin. Now, BitX here, watch out for that one, man. That one's popping up into the roadmap line. If we break out above these highs, that can go ripping. Ripping. That basically it did the thing I said it was going to do. We got pretty close, came up a little short. Now that is leveraged Bitcoin. Be careful. BITU would be another way, but we're missing all the other chart over here. So, that one played out. Wonder if that played out. No, failed. So I said that one's super dangerous. And it's not, that wasn't a 1 minute chart either. This actually rolls on the, I forget what you call it. It's a different chart. It's not on the 1 minute chart. EETH. Well, that's going to convert to a, instead of it being a trust, it's going to be a spot ETF on the conversion. See what happens. Look at that. 7.7 premium to the NAV. That's pretty high. That leaves a little opportunity for paying a dividend. Take that back down. Yeah, some people were complaining about BITO. This one right here, they keep running down. Golly. Oh yeah, they keep running this down by paying out a big dividend right there. This premium to NAV, 9% premium to the net asset value. Of course, they calculate that, like, it resets every day when they refigure the Bitcoin price. But they keep trying to get that back down to zero by paying out bigger and bigger dividends here. Interesting. Apple, next target up, possibly 243. This just keeps being, this one's starting to be crazy. I mean, look at this. Look at this right here. $3.6 trillion. This jumped up, gosh, $600 billion. Like, just leaving Microsoft in the dust here right now. I'll leave leaving Nvidia in the dust too. It's just craziness. Law of big numbers though. If the share price were to double, we'd be adding $3.6 trillion more. That means Apple would be a $7.2 trillion company. I don't know. That's a lot of concentration of a lot of money into one place. RVMD, Revolution Medicines. That's probably another one of those. Can't remember if that was one of those or not. No, it's an oncology company. That's biotech though. Be careful. Pharmaceutical biotech. GBTC. Right down to the roadmap line. Grayscale. That's a Bitcoin Trust. I tried not to get a bunch of these on here because they're all basically the same. Connell, leveraged, 2x leverage on coin. That could be the story right there. Maybe the coin chart came up shy and the leverage chart telling the story. We need that breakout above here. And then we need the breakout above, I'll just highlight it in red here. Need that breakout here and this breakout up through that to indicate that we're coming on up here. That's coin for you. BITU, I said that a second ago, doesn't really have any chart to do. USD. Retested that fib, hit, found resistance at that fib, lower, high, caution. This is cautionary tale. We may see a bigger pullback in semiconductors. Although next target's up, 180, 220, DPST. Kind of said that one a little bit ago when it fired an alert. Could break out and head north. AMAT. Back tested that fib line, hit the next fib line. Next one up, 262, 290 above that. TARC, Trader 2X Long Innovator ETF. I guess they're copying ARC maybe. That looks like it's dying, just going nowhere. Nail, if we break above this, resistance here at 125, could go cruising on up to 163. Carvana. That one needs a retrace. No, that one can keep extending. It does have, I bet there's sellers come in. So part of the grind here is the fact that there were these people that got trapped over here. Now they're ready to sell over here. If we work through those sellers, it may pop out of here, but I think it needs a retrace back to the roadmap line before we can do that. AMD, did the retrace to the roadmap line, coming up into the resistance zone. This is interesting on AMD. This is a big caution zone right here. If we can break through that 196 area, we can go cruising on up 250, possibly even higher. If we reject that, moving fib lines. If we reject that, we'll probably come down here somewhere between 85 and 110, 115. Fun pharmaceuticals, or no, package software, excuse me, funware. It looked like a pharmaceutical. That's a reverse split, dumpster fire. Garbage. Garbage chart. I wouldn't touch it. CTRN. City trends, huh? That looks like a gnarly chart. I don't care about the pop. That's under the roadmap line. Looking like we're going to go down in a blaze of glory. Doesn't have the reverse split yet, but just wait for it. So far, NVIDIA doing a lower consolidation than where we topped out. This can result in a bigger drop. Be careful. Decliners, AVGO. Look at that. I told you within a week it would be under 200 bucks. That's what the power of a split does for you. 10 for 1. And that one's probably going to do a retrace back to the roadmap line, back down around 130. And FSLR, I typed it in wrong. FLL. That one's coming back pretty quickly right there. SBIT, short Bitcoin. Gonna get whacked if Bitcoin goes. Look at that already coming down fast. Watch out for that one to drop on down in the 20s. ENPH rejecting off the roadmap line. Watch for the bigger drop. PDD probably got to come back and test again before we can break on out. Baidu. Oh, slam back down. MDWD. Watch for that to retrace. That is a pharmaceutical. FEV. I don't even know what this thing is. SEDG. Still in the abyss, heading on down. I'm gonna have to go to the bathroom, everybody. I drank a Monster and a quart of water before I came on live, and I've got to go to the bathroom. I gotta take a whiz. Anyway, ALB. There's the support right there at 87. May break down further. And Macy's. Ooh, ouch. Stock tumbles after takeover talks with Arkhouse and Breguet were ended. So if we can hold the bottom here and turn back higher, we can go breaking on up to 23, possibly 25. LXEO. Biotech. Not gonna even mess with it. Not gonna mess with it. Yeah, I'm gonna try to wrap this up here. NXT. Bounce off the roadmap line. Target up here, 66. Celsius. Coming back down to the support. If we don't hold that, could go deeper. Next one down, be back down in here. And that's the list. So S&P, as I said, probably going to go cruising up. The support to watch, 5450. Yes, that's down here now where we bottomed out just like, it's going to be 2 weeks ago now. We break down below that. Watch out below. Otherwise, maybe cruising to 5850, possibly 6,000. It's kind of the next levels up here. Possible 6,000. And I think it's going to be really funny if we come up at 59.99, 99, and that's the top for a while. Dun, 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 dun. Yeah, happy birthday. All right. There we go. That's the list for the day. I'll be back same bat time, same bat channel tomorrow morning. And if you missed my offer, guess what? I've got an offer to come join my VIP group. Taking a few new members, and it does cost money. It's not free. It's not like a volunteer and you get to do it. You do have to pay a fee to be in there because you get access to everything. But we're beta testing some new stuff, like that day trade thing that popped up like 900 alerts. It seemed like. So if you missed out on the show, that I did live on Friday. Here's the replay right here. And you can come check it out. Otherwise, if I said anything that you like, or helpful, beneficial, something you never heard before, give me a thumbs up on the video. And we'll see you tomorrow. Bye for now, everybody. I'll be in Discord.